Hi, people!
Okay, that's why there were no.
Oh no! No wonder nobody was reacting to what we were saying.
Oh jeez.
No, we've been going for
We're
like.
just having a private session of introducing ourselves.
Oh no,
It was a
we've
practice
been going
round.
14 minutes and just total silence. That's great. Oh, you.
I like how there are like 13 people listening to nothing though.
Yeah. Well,
Oh
take
my
two.
gosh.
What happens when we start in the morning?
Yeah,
This-
okay.
This is why I don't do morning streams.
Welcome to Sunday.
Oh my gosh, no. Hi, people. I'm sorry.
I hope everyone is awake, including the audio.
Oh, I'm just gonna go and hide in the corner.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh, well, yeah, hi, people. Today I have with me my MePlushYou, Malu, I have AssassinMonkey, and I have Blackened. Say hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello, it's me, Monkey.
Hello.
Oh, no.
Hello.
I knew I should have tried to slip. I should have done the slip.
We jump scared people.
Oh no! Oh my gosh, no! Oh, my ADHD, why did you do this?
Instant wake up by Chris' voice. Well, at least it's only been the introduction, which we can probably recite pretty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's like I don't edit. I can't English. I don't edit this for the YouTube later. So even on the YouTube, it's gonna be 14 minutes of silence.
You can just cut the 14 minutes off, right? It's not that hard.
I don't have a video editing software.
I do. Just send it to me. I'll cut off the first 14 minutes.
There we go.
You. Oh my gosh, no.
How do you want to wake up by Chris Squeeze?
Okay. Yes, Chris Scott, my name brother. I did not sleep because ADHD shenanigans. But that's
the same.
enough. That's enough about me. Let us rather take some spotlight onto the lovely people in the chat with me. Who wanna go first this time?
Oh god. Well,
Do it.
yeah. Let's
Do it.
switch it up
I'm
now.
Bracken and I make music loud. I've been doing it for a few years now, and I go to cons and stuff, buy my music. I need food.
See link in chat. Click link in chat. Buy
Yes.
music.
Yes, get the
Profit.
linky-loo.
Exactly.
Did you also know he do commissions? He does commissions. He can help you write original music or covers of music or other musical shenanigans.
Yeah, they're closed right now because I'm working on stuff, but they'll open eventually.
Yeah. Who needs food when you have ponies? Well, that's a good question.
Yeah. And you had your first album
I mean,
this year, right?
10
Was
years
it
ago
this
in
year?
the UK there was a horse meat scandal, so you're not wrong there. You've got a point.
I missed out on that. Or eating it, I mean.
Yeah, I missed out on eating it too.
Wait, you're eating your album?
Sure, let's go with that.
That's it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was just like, album? Why do we eat an album? We can't eat an album. But like,
If you
fair
don't
enough.
have
They kind of
money-
looks like
yeah.
donuts, but still.
If you don't have money
Only
for
ponies are
normal
friends,
food,
not food.
then
Roll that crunch.
ADHD brain, that's great. So you do live performances, you
Yeah.
make music, commissions
Yeah.
when they're open.
Yeah.
Oh, you commission music?
Yeah, that's the thing. I did 5 slots a month or two ago. Always a fun time, usually.
Yeah,
How
everything.
does that
Cool.
go? Like, do people give you like a subject or?
Yeah, subject, kind of vibe, like lyrical ideas, that kind of thing.
Oh, that's cool.
So, like, say if MePlushYou wanted theme song or something that could play on her website where you can commission her plushies, she could commission Blackened, like, hey, I need something kinda chill vibe, blah blah, something something. Could you make something like that? That would be
Yeah, something like that. It's easy.
Or
Well, for
music
me,
for
at
like a little time lapse or instructional video.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like a metal instruction videos.
Yeah. You know, do you want a plushie?
Everybody joining in like power sewing.
Yeah.
I'm sure some of the German guys have done something like that.
Now I totally want to see like a metal style plushie team with the metal music, like time lapse of it being made. Ah, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
Come on.
montage.
Well, any metal fans out there with some money left, commission both of them.
Yes, commission both of us.
Yeah. I've been showing some friends your plushies in Malou, and they're saying the same as me usually. Like, did she take the plushies out of the screen? Because they're so similar, and it's like, oh.
That's the best comment, honestly. That makes me so happy.
Yeah, but like some hello, it's magic. But yeah.
Yeah, metal plushie doesn't sound too cuddly.
Well,
They'll just be metal in vibe, not metal in touch.
that's true. But that's the thing. You have started putting stuffies in the plushies as well. Like,
Yeah, I try to make them, like soft from the outside at least. But I like adding stuff. Like what have I done lately? Like magnets, like interchangeable parts with magnets, or like accessories they can hold. Or I've done which has like a ball and socket type of armature, so they can move. Which is kind of cool. And the NFC chip, of course, so you can like scan the plush, and then you'll have like info on the screen about who adopted it and how old it is and all that.
Oh, it's like
the little digital passport.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, like you have for some animals that have the chip in the
Yes.
skin. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
you
cute.
can add them. Yeah.
That is also very practical in case you like it gets lost.
Yeah, you know who the owner is. You can return it.
Yeah, like if you're a good pwn, then you return the plushie.
Yeah, we've already had such plushies get lost a few times, so.
Yeah, especially when you're a kid, and like at that time the plushie is like the most valuable. Thank you very much. Valuable possession in your life.
Your own personal little friend. Yeah. I guess we
Yeah,
just
exactly. We'll get to know.
yeah.
Yeah, Runo, who's in chat right now, actually had the idea to add air tags to plush, so you always know where they are.
Like they ping. Like beep beep.
You have the what's it called? The position of them. But that one's a surprise, so I can't share it yet.
Oh.
I
brain
guess-
immediately going to your Twitter like.
No, sorry, later.
Yeah, later.
I guess we just kind of went into your plush introduction. Wait, did your stream?
Oh, it's
Wait,
back.
oh,
We started with Blackened, so we kind of went into the plushie. Sorry.
yeah.
Did the audio
Oh,
go
is
again? No, it should be up
No,
and going.
your stream just reset. It seems
Yeah,
This-
for me too.
What? Hey.
works for me again. So
Stream. Really? Stop doing unstable. What do you mean unstable? I'm the only one using the internet in this house. What's happening? Really? The internet is stable.
not enough horses for this stable.
Yeah, apparently. I'm like, dude, I'm the one being unstable with no sleep. You have been having off time, computer. Why-
Apparently we lost audio again.
No. What the heck? Are like morning stream cursed now? What the? I don't have anything else open. It's too hot for streams.
Internet is overheating.
I'm in Norway. That's like the least of my problems. Or
Oh yeah, fair enough.
should be the least of my problems.
Or part of the internet's overheating your part of the internet.
What the? Haha, it's too hot for everything.
I'm guessing it's like a pretty nice temperature over there.
How many Celsius do we have right now? I think we are around... What did the weather pony say? Lee, yeah, now we're up in... Now we should be back and going. Can people hear us now?
Yeah, I managed to hear myself on the stream.
Okay, cool. Oh, that's a good way to
wow.
check it, actually. I see the timer of the streamer restarted as well, so the whole stream just kind of rebooted, I guess.
Huh.
Oh, yeah.
It's still been ticking on the OBS, so... Oh, you know, we love shenanigans. But yeah, we have, for everybody who... Well, I think all of us in chat do Celsius, so we are actually on a whopping 24 degrees! Woo! Wow, it's really summer. It's like
It
a
is,
record.
yeah.
How warm is it for you guys? If it's 24 for me, then it should be even more for you guys.
Yeah, it's 31 at the moment here.
Oh, wow.
For me, it's 18.
Wait, how are you less?
I'm in the middle of England, so it's not that hot.
No, but you should
Usually.
still be warmer than me.
I don't know what to tell you.
It's
UK
across
weather's
that
weird.
water. The water barrier we set up.
Yeah. Well, we don't have much, what's it called? The fluffy stuff in the cloud. Clouds! We don't have clouds right now, so that's probably it. People, also, I don't know what to do if people can't hear us. Yeah, because Johan can hear us. He says, or he or she, I think it's a he. He says there's 29 where he is, so may need to refresh here. Monkey, why don't you explain to us what you do?
What I do? Yeah, so I basically do digital paintings. Exclusively digital paintings. I've actually made a vow with myself to never do traditional anymore, and it's been
Some
10+
women
years
use
ago. So, to the annoyance of all my artist friends who try to give me pencils to draw, but it just burns my skin.
Oh.
But yeah, I not for real though, but
Okay.
like it's my curse or my blessing. I don't know, but I started doing pony art back in 2012. That is when I really started to do. That's the common question I get asked, like, when did I start doing art? I often just count from 2012 because that's when I graduated from game art / design, which was the main reason I went into art, but I didn't really do a lot with it. It wasn't that useful for me until I graduated, had a lot of time, bounced into ponies, and yeah, I ended up growing quite a bit, even traveling to a bunch of conventions in the US as well, going from the Netherlands, since that's where I'm from. So a lot of travel. I've been started doing conventions in 2015. My peak was like 10 conventions in a year, more than half.
Wow.
Across the ocean. I don't know how I survived that, but I did, and like a lot of adventures made in this fandom, and well, I'm still here. Never stops.
You did 10 conventions in America only, or in total?
In total, in 1 year at one point, that was like my peak, where I would definitely went like, okay, this is quite a bit of work.
Yeah.
This is a lot of conventions, and I was fending at every single one of them, or almost every one of them. But like, like a lot of work cost me a lot of energy and such. Maybe even a bit of burnout, but the people I met, it's like that difficult to replace that part. I definitely have a lot of convention stories.
Ooh, yeah, we can double into that a little bit afterwards. I kind of want to ask.
Yeah.
So the most cons you have done in a year is 10. Can I?
Roughly, it might be 9, but yeah, close to 10 at
Yeah.
least. Yeah.
Malu, what are your numbers?
Oof, I think I do like 2 or 3 a year. At least the ones I like vent at least, not just go as a visitor.
Both.
Because PonyCon wise, I've done Brony Scott, Galacon, obviously, PonyCon Holland, and Artsforming Con back in the day. That's about it, pony wise, I think.
Yeah, but like cons that you have gone to either just for fun and vended at
Or like,
in 1 year.
yeah, like I don't know, probably like 5. And that's all been in Europe. Like, I've never been to cons outside of Europe.
I can definitely say it's a lot. It's quite a difference in
Yeah.
terms of travel.
Travel and the size of the cons. Like, whoo!
Some of them for sure, yeah.
Blackened,
BronyCon was crazy, yeah.
you have traveled
Yo.
quite a bit and you have been to a different few American ones. I think you
Oh, yeah.
said, how many have you been to just this year or or should ask you, what is your highest number of a year where you have been to cons?
I would say it would have been last year. I don't remember the exact number off my head. I would need to count them, but I'm pretty sure I did like. Let me think. I did BabsCon. I did Iponifest. What was that? Okay, I know those two. Oh god, I would have to check. Hang on. I think I've got a spreadsheet somewhere.
Spreadsheet.
One of those things. Yeah, the
Yeah.
giant spreadsheet.
Oh yeah, the big official one with at least a lot of the cons
Yeah,
on
hasn't
it.
been updated in a few months, but it's still pretty accurate.
Yeah, I have sent them email about the ones that I discovered during the making panels across the pond panel that I had on BabsCon. Basically,
Yeah,
all the cons and other shenanigans I could find on our side of the globe.
yeah. I found it. So I did BabsCon, Fish, Bonifest, Galacon, BronyCon Holland, UK BronyCon, and Derbyfest. So that's one. That was 7. But I think this year is definitely shaping up to be the biggest because I've already done 6 and I'm confirmed for at least a few more.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
So it's probably going to be closer to like 10 by the end of the year.
Ooh,
holy moly! And I
quite a bit of travel.
yeah.
Yeah. A lot of traveling, but it's always worth it.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun seeing friends, you're getting to do stuff, and all the merch is awesome.
Yeah.
Gee.
Do you perform at every con you go to, or do you just go as a visitor as well?
I always applied to perform somewhere. So yeah, that. Oh god, I think the last con I went to that I was just a guest. It was UK PonyCon in 2019. After that, I was just like, I'm gonna apply or get invited to places, and that's just what's been happening ever since, and I love it.
Yeah, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, you guys, I don't know how that works. Like, when you get invited, do they help you with travel or hotel then? Or is that only for, like, VIP people?
It depends. Like a lot of the European ones, the ones run by Pony Events Federation, the guys who run Galacon, Everframe and that, they basically help out as much as they can when it comes to like coverage and like finding places to stay.
Yeah.
Sometimes the American ones help out, but they don't always apply like complete coverage for like the musicians at least. It's usually like a stipend of a few, like $100 or so.
Okay. Yeah, that we can ask you, both you and as Monkey, about. Like, what would you say is the main difference between the American cons and the European cons, except for the size, of course?
From what I can tell, like the vibes are basically the same, but in America it's not as alcoholic.
Oh.
And by the way, when I say Europe, when I'm talking about European ones, I'm excluding the UK because that one is also quite different.
Well, UK PonyCon has its own as a. It still does the same as PonyCons, but it's more very focused on kids and previous generations. So,
Yeah, and
like,
in that vein, it's a lot more reserved
yeah,
than a lot of the other European ones. Dare I say, restrained? I don't know if I
yeah.
go that far, but it's close.
Well, it's
It's not going to be like a Galacon in any sense because
yeah,
there's no crazy people going around shouting mares.
yeah. You don't get all the meme stuff.
Yeah,
You
not in
get
the UK.
you get like small kids under 12 running around and having a great time, and you see a
Yep.
lot of resell of old generation toys, which me as a G1 fan very happy about.
Yeah, there's one
Have you
there's
been?
one vendor who's always at the UK events who's been doing it for like since before Friendship is Magic came out. So she's been around a hot minute.
Yeah, because the UK PonyCon is gonna have its what was an anniversary this year, right? For that one,
I
like
think it's either this year or it was last year. They're
It was the first year it took place was actually 2004. It was founded a year before, but it didn't actually take place until a year later.
yeah. So next year would be their 20th anniversary.
Yeah, their 20th event as well.
E. But yeah, I was there last year, so I got to see and run around. No, well, not
Yeah, it
running
was
around
fun.
that much, but
Did you buy all the gen stuff?
I wanted to. But sadly, I got the case of somebody accidentally fed me something my belly don't like, so I ended up
Oh no!
being very sick and had to be carried out of the con area.
Oh no! Not
oh,
the UK food. Oh no!
No, the UK food is usually okay. We even found a very nice cafe that was called the Dice Cafe, where you basically have all the geeky stuff and tabletop games and card games, all that stuff, and you all the food is vegan. So for me, with all my allergies, that was
Ooh.
amazing. But sadly, someone accidentally fed me, and I wasn't aware of it. That some food I can't take, so yeah, I ended up being sick for half the con, so I didn't get to experience as much as I wanted to. For example,
oh,
Blackened and the others performing the music stuff.
It was
it's
a shame, but
unfortunate. Yeah,
as long as you had fun.
Yeah, I did, and it was really nice seeing all the old stuff, and I got to talk to the people behind River Horse, which basically made Tales of Equestria, the RPG game.
Nice.
They were really cool. And so I have all the books and stuff because big geek about that. But actually meeting them and talking to them face to face was really great. So yeah, the vibe I got from UK PonyCon was like Mad Munchkin always put it in a good word. Like it's more of a toy fair
Yeah,
than a Brony PonyCon, but it's still a
yeah, that's
PonyCon.
what I see.
So it's like if you're not interested in the other generations, then some people told me that it's more you meeting up with friends, then you go to bars, then you go to the music, and then you go back to the bars.
Yeah,
But again, like if you still have fun, that's the main point.
of course. I like the pony themed drinks they have.
Yeah, that was really cool and very cute.
yeah. Like I've never been to the UK one, but yeah, that seemed to be the big difference with that one. Yeah, where that one because it's older. Yeah, and I guess like if I can go back to your question of like with the difference between the US and the European ones, I was thinking about that. Like I think the biggest difference I can think of is that the US ones do have more of the night activity going at the convention itself, and then the European ones it's usually the community itself who makes the night activities by going to
Oh
bars and
yeah.
such. But in the US, it's like sometimes panels or like sometimes even like party floors
Yeah,
at some of
room
them.
parties.
The room parties, yeah, where at some like BabsCon and Everfree have like a dedicated floor for room parties.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, that's true. I haven't seen that on the European ones. Like some people might, like for example, like Galacon, they meet out on the grass or on the side of the building. Like last year's Galacon, I remember ending up sitting with people I didn't know who was, but I think one of them actually was Biscuit. And we just were, someone was having a guitar and we were just singing whatever songs we could remember on the top of our head. It was great. So
yeah, Galacon it took over this, took over a town, basically just taking over the square.
yeah, the square. Well, they moved now, so
Yeah, I'm curious about that. Like, hopefully, there will be a new gathering point where everyone will meet up and herd together.
to herd together.
Nice.
So hopefully the pony shenanigans will continue.
I'm sure they will. Have you guys ever been to furry cons? Like I've never been to a furry con, I think.
No.
I need to go. Like, I almost went to one last year, but unfortunately, it was at the same time as Everfree.
Oh.
I was gonna. Otherwise, I was gonna go to the one in Berlin. I forgot the name, but that's where it was. One of the big ones here in Europe. But
Galacon is the big one, as far as I know.
no, for
furry
FurryCon.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah, like replying to Runo's thing in chat. Like I
Yeah.
it sounds so cool to just have like a Thursday to Sunday event. Just with
Oh, that's luxury.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, that really bugs me. Like,
That's
in our stuffing of the world, we only have 1.5 day, but in America they have 3.
Yeah, I was about to say, like in the US, it's usually Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the active day, and then Thursday is usually day 0, where people already gather. Yeah.
Like, that's something I really wish the European side could adopt.
Yeah, I guess it's just it's too sort of niche here. Not enough people.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
might be. Well, I think Galacon could easily do that though. Don't they have
love to
enough
do that.
people? But again, like, we don't know the logistics and all that stuff, but I hope
Yeah.
that can be something Galacon adopts later down the years.
Yeah. Makes me wonder if it's things like the hotels or something having less of a like culture around that here in Europe. Like having deals with the con to be 3 days instead of 2. Like maybe here in Europe they're more used to only the weekend days. I don't know. But for me, traveling from the Netherlands to the US, it does help make it more worth it or appealing. If I'm gonna fly over for that distance, then it's nice to have 3 days instead
Yeah.
of 2.
I totally agree on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's the other way around as well. If you're going from the US to the Europe.
Yeah, then
would
it's
be
a
nice
bit
to see more
sour.
days.
That is true.
I suppose a lot of people coming abroad to Europe cons just stick sort of a Europe holiday on it.
Yeah,
We'll go to Amsterdam.
yeah. Like, usually when I go over to America, I spend a week before and a few days after, including the cons, if I have the opportunity to, just so I can like meet up with friends or.
And jet lag.
And yeah, I started doing like at least having an extra day just for jet lag at the minimum. Yeah. Like also like with US friends or like just international friends coming to, like, for example, the Dutch convention, I always like try to entice them with like, okay, if you stay extra days, I'll like do a little guide day as well. Like I'll like go out there, take a train, easy enough here in the Netherlands anyway.
It's everywhere is maximum 2 hours.
Exactly. So like, yeah, well, a lot of friends always make it an extra just justification, excuse to visit the locals. It works the other way around as well. I've stayed at friends in the US as well. One time I even stayed for 3 months.
Nice.
3 months.
Border security did not like that I tried it twice after each other. Oh, a bit too close.
Okay. It wasn't your choice to stay 3 months, I guess. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
it was my choice to stay 3 months, and, because like on ESTA you can stay 90 days and such. So I tried to do that twice, but like with at least a half year in between the two. But I got pulled out of the line because they were like, "You're staying 90 days again,
Yeah, again.
so soon." It's
Oh.
like I was like, "Yes." It took me 5 hours to get through security that time.
Oh,
Oh, man.
that's a big oof,
Plen-
though.
yeah, plenty of fun, quote unquote, fun interactions with border security.
Well, at least you only had what's it called? Posters and stuff. You don't have a lot of other types of merchandise with you if you're vending, because I have heard that can also be quite troublesome.
Yeah, certain types of merchandise they're definitely more troublesome, and also like just the amount that you bring, because you technically cannot bring above a certain amount. And I always try to stay under that, and I've never been sent back because I've always been told like, okay, this amount, and but then like the next time I'd go, like another security agent would say something else, or like be a bit more strict, or like annoyed that they are even like it's best to just not travel with merchandise. I can definitely say that.
You shipped it in advance before as well, right?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I did do that, well, especially with the very big orders. Like I would like combine it with other vendors, vendor friends, um, just to save on costs. Because that would be the main reason I would try to bring it in my bag, uh, just to save on costs. But yeah, that's it's risky. It's because they have full right to send me back, but like so far, like they've always been nice enough as long as you're honest about it. It's like, okay, yeah, I try to stay within the rules. So knock knock.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I would worry about. Like, have like a case full of plush and then being like, okay,
Yeah.
you are coming from the Netherlands. Is there drugs inside?
Oh gosh, yeah. I think plush would definitely be a lot more difficult, if even possible, to bring on you in your luggage.
Like one
Like,
would
it's just,
probably be fine, but like 7, no.
yeah, they might get suspicious if it's like, what is it stuffed with? Yeah. At least with posters, the only problem is that sometimes if there's a big stack, it just on the scanners it just looks like a big block, and they're like, okay, what's this block? And then especially if you have like a battery pack or something on top of it, and it's like, okay, this big block of organic material that they cannot see through with wires on top, and it's just like, hold on,
Oof, though.
what is this?
Blacken, have you had any experience with airport and shenanigans?
Nothing too bad other than the last one I went to, which was Iponifest. The way back, we went to this airport called Malpensa, and I swear to fuck, everyone who worked there was an awful person. Like,
Oh,
even the people working the cafe. Like, I remember at one point, we were trying to check in, but we were too late because we had to do it on the app, and they tried to charge us to cancel and stuff. So we had to buy a new ticket for each other to get out of the country.
what?
What?
And I remember at one point, I was walking with the guys, and this security guy calls me out because I was carrying a guitar bag. And It wasn't like an interrogation or anything, but it was like he wanted me to go through there for some reason. I don't know why. Nothing bad happened as a result. It was just kind of weird.
Mm.
But eventually we made it out of the country, and it's like, let's not go to the airport ever again or fly with that airline.
Yeah.
Some people who follow me on Twitter might remember of this little bitch session I had where I was calling out the airline Wizz Air because it's like, they are awful. Like, the cheapest of the cheap airlines, to the point where it's like we couldn't bring suitcases. We had to like bring like bags with us,
What?
backpack. Like even like a lot of the low cost airlines will let you carry a small suitcase. We couldn't even do that.
Confusion.
I've had
Yep.
airlines like that. Yeah.
We're never flying with that one again.
Yeah, and then, like there's some with airlines like that where they like they're very strict about like, oh yeah, carry on is like, if you can then just stuff it in your pockets, oh then it's okay. It's like
Yeah, I don't get that.
Still
weird.
ways. Well, on a more positive note, do you guys have any fun or happy con stories?
ooh, I have an interesting one.
Yeah?
I'd say like this was my like this one is still unique as well. There's no other one that really compares in like how weird but also awesome it was to experience. And it was my at my first BronyCon 2015. Like it started out a bit awful and such, and I was sitting there and it's like it was my first time in the US, first time flying, first time traveling alone, all of those things. So it was scary stuff, and like the first time meeting a lot of folks and friends in person for the first time as well, which a lot of experiences happened, but there was one that stood out. As I was sitting at my table, and I might actually have to pull out the like a link for this with art, because when I like a lot of fans stop by and say hi and like to have a chat, but then one person showed up, and sadly I forgot his name, but he showed me his arm, and on his arm was a full sleeve tattoo of one of my art pieces.
Oh,
It's like it
wow.
was
Oh,
like
wow.
half of it was done, so his forearm was done, and was with Twilight versus T-Rex fight that I
Oh,
painted.
that's so cool.
And like that was, I was at first, it took me a while to realize what I was looking at. It's like, this is an actual tattoo of my art on someone's arm, just covering the entire arm. It's like, and it was really well done as well. I'm gonna
I was
find
about to
the.
ask, like, did they do your art style justice?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like whichever tattoo artist they got, they definitely picked the right one. And I actually hope they managed to finish it, because like I believe the story was that the tattoo artist got pregnant, so she couldn't finish it for a while. So I hope he eventually got to that. I never saw the full finished piece. Uh, but yeah, that was an amazing little experience that like I'll never forget.
Just post it in the server and I can post it in the Twitch chat.
Yes, I'm trying to find it. Why do I have so much art? I made so many things over the years, so no.
Well, you have been doing this for 10 years.
Yeah.
Ish.
Look, oh my gosh, I'm like scrolling through hundreds. There. Okay. Where should I
Post it in the chill and chat text right above
okay.
us. Thank you.
There. So yeah, that like I don't know if I've seen anyone else with a tattoo of my art. I wouldn't be too surprised, but it's also just hard to compare to a full sleeve. Like I wish I remembered who it was, and like Sadly, I don't have a picture of his arm either. It's just like,
Too overwhelmed.
yeah, like I was literally speechless, saying that I was just sitting there, and like everyone around me as well, just gasping. It's like, oh my gosh, like,
It looked like a cute little small tattoo with like a full sleeve.
yeah, yeah. I think that was also why it took me a while to process. It's like, wait, this is an arm I'm looking at.
I can't believe that art piece is from 2014, by the way. It's weird.
Oh,
It's like almost 10 years old now.
Mm.
no! Why did you tell me that?
We're getting old, man.
14, no, that's almost
Feel the
wow.
wrinkles.
It was
Yeah, it's like half my life. Almost.
yeah, that
Chris
piece is
baby.
still one of my most popular pieces out there. Yeah.
Hmm. I wonder how it would look if you redid it.
Ah, no, I gotta write that down on my to-do list.
There we go.
There's so much art that I want to redo. Just to see like the before and after. It's such a great way to like see how you progressed over the years.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely best to compare your art to your own art and not to someone else's.
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
It's very bad. Blackened, do you have any con stories? Positive ones?
There's a lot. I remember one that sticks out to me was UK PonyCon last year. I did like a couple of songs at the karaoke, and not long after, when I was done, I was back at the table where all my friends were sitting, and this person comes up to me, is like, "Hey, here," and they just drop this small bit of paper, and it had my OC on it,
Oh.
like singing, and it was like, "Oh my god!" That because they saw me at the karaoke, and it's like, they drew that. It's crazy. I've got a picture of it somewhere. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah, that's like fan art in any way is always like one of the, I don't know, like that's something that really sticks with you if you ever
Oh,
get
right.
stuff
It's
like
like
that.
the biggest compliment people
I do
take the
get
time
fan
to
art
draw your
sometimes.
OC.
Like, I do get physical fan art sometimes. It's always fun to see.
I think that's also one of the benefits of the pony fandom is that it's so normal to just have an OC. So, like, like that's one of the first things that a lot of people can also just think if they want to give something. It's like, oh wait, what's their OC? Let's just make that. It's like most people have an OC, so it's like, yeah, it's always fun to receive that.
A few years ago at GalaCon, Exobus drew me a picture of like my OC and then like a full year worth of ponies I made. So like all the plushies I made were on it too.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Let me find the piece. And she just gave it to me in like A3 size, and then one for them to like have signed by me, and then one for me. It was like, oh, that was like, I don't know, that made my whole weekend.
oh, that is awesome. Yes.
Oh, that's so good.
Ooh, yes. Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that
Love
like
that art style.
watercolors?
Might be. I don't know what they drew it with, but it looks really good.
Mm.
It does look a bit like watercolors, yeah, or markers. One of the two. I think it might be markers,
Yeah,
but
I
I'm
can
not a
see.
traditional artist.
Yeah, it's just some of the strokes are very marker-ish, but some of them are also very like watercolor with the pencil. So.
Yeah, yeah, could be a mixed different things. Yeah, like, even though I haven't made traditional art in 10+ years, and even before that, I've only done pencil sketches. Weirdly enough, sometimes I do know quite a bit of it. It's a bit of like know your enemy, right? So it's like I've sworn it off, so.
What about you, Malu?
For me, the Galacon always makes a huge impression on me. The charity auction where people just go all out, and the Batman and Joker thing,
Oh my
and people proposing on stage, and I don't know, it always leaves me like so euphoric and like, oh, I love this fandom so much. That's just the best part to me.
Mm,
Combined with like sort of the sadness that it's over again the weekend. Oh,
yeah.
Oh yeah, the post-con depression kicking in
Yeah.
on the last day when you see friends leaving. Like, no,
No, come
don't
back.
go.
Stay.
Yeah.
Oh. No, a
The
friend.
last
Oh,
year's
yeah.
charity auction at Galacon was crazy. Like absolutely bonkers. The Zelda hats is always a big thing
Yeah,
there.
I felt
Yeah.
so bad for Ellie Ray at that one. Oh no.
oh, her hat, yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
thing is, her hat was given to her by her dearest as an or her husband as an anniversary gift.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, but she felt like she couldn't say no to the bronies because all the ponies and charity and everything, and
Yeah, it's a very
she
good cause.
did tell me that the husband was okay with it because he understood how it is, and they were
The
okay, but it was a
moment.
bit sad, and I was just like, no, Ellie, you
Aw.
should have told
Aw.
us. We would have understood.
Yeah.
Oh, Ellie Ray, like, oh, she deserves all the happiness.
She's
She's just
always fun to
in
be
the
around.
moment, like 110% on.
Yes. Ska jag sluta?
She definitely has that convention energy. Just all year round, like just at all the cons she goes to. Just
In real
Yeah.
life Pinkie Pie.
I was
Yeah.
just about to say that.
Yeah. Ska vi se. I remember very first BabsCon I were at. She just had one of the green rooms and got the My Little Pony New Generation movie starting after the con was over.
I heard something about that. That sounded great.
Yeah, it was like everybody was just sitting very like shoulder to shoulder in the room and watching the movie and singing the songs, and that was all we did.
Aw,
It was great.
that's so awesome.
Yeah. So, I heard talk about somebody bringing out what's it called? Projection? And maybe do something like that after Galacon is done on a random wall somewhere.
Yeah.
Just outside if the weather's good. Project on outside of con build.
Yeah.
Still con.
After con. Woo. That's the thing. Like, all three of you does vending. How did you start doing vending? Like,
Ooh. For me, I started vending in 2015. It was first at the Heartswarming Con, the Dutch one, because it was close by. But like that was because my art started growing so much online, started becoming popular, and I like followed some of the what's it called, the folks who go out recording like their adventures at conventions like AC Race Fest and Saberspark. Like I'd see their adventure video vlogs and such and stuff, and like friends, artists who were vending as well. And then like I got more and more impelled to just go, and vending was like I didn't have a lot of money, but like once I made enough money with commissions, I started putting that into conventions as vending, so I could afford to go. So for me, the vending was a way to finance going to conventions, and once I kept going, like it kept paying for itself and for the next one and such. So like that, yeah, it was. That's how I got into it. It was just like posters and just trying it out, small, and then BronyCon as well. So yeah, it was a feedback loop from just because of all the fans out there who kept throwing money at me.
Thank you all for keeping AssassinMonkey able to visit cons.
Yes. Oh. Yes.
I remember that first Heartwarming Con, seeing you there, and then realizing you were also Dutch. I was like, what?
I think that's always been a thing. Like, so many people didn't realize I was Dutch until like I would actually show up in person or something. Like, even in person, like because I went to so many US cons, a lot of people didn't believe I was Dutch because I was like always there. Just like,
Yeah, like I can kind of relate to that because when I'm talking to you guys, like a lot of the Americans, when I go to stores or bakeries, they are like, "Oh, do you have like the what's it called, the like the coupons or the point system or the clubs that they have for discounts?" And I'm like, "I'm not American. I live in Norway."
oh yeah.
No coupons here.
Yeah, no, there wouldn't be much use. But yeah, at the same time, it's you really hear my dialect more when I do recordings and have to read my lines instead of acting them. Because yeah, dyslexia.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
suppose you also sort of mimic the people you're talking with in a way.
well,
I mean, like in general, everyone does, I believe.
yeah, we always pick
Yeah.
up bits and pieces. That is true. But some people like, well, a lot of people in my family actually has what's called a diplomat's ear, which is basically that you don't just adopt the dialects, but you very quickly pick up what's it called, languages. Even if
Well, that
you,
sounds like a handy skill to have.
yeah, my brother is extreme on this part. Like he could have spent when we were traveling with the family, we were like in Dubai or went to places where they spoke Spanish, and like at the end of the week, my brother would like be almost half fluent in Spanish, and then when
Oh,
we
wow.
got back home, he like forget it within within 2 weeks.
Oh.
Oh wow. That would definitely make it easier to do vacations to brand new countries. Yeah,
That's
yeah, for me, like when it comes to languages, it's like, well, I grew up with English because in Netherlands, but one thing I did notice or kept hearing is people asking me if I'm English or American. Like when I like even my family at one point, multiple family members separate from each other started saying like, "Wow, you sound so American." I was like, "Oh no, I've been in America too much."
Well, I mean, if you know the way you look, I don't think you just sort of have a vibe that doesn't match with the Netherlands, and for some reason.
That is well, yeah. I have had plenty of times where like the person behind the register in the store would just I would speak to them in Dutch and then they would reply in English.
of the.
They already
I've
made up like their mind before you spoke. Like you are not Dutch.
yes.
It's like,
Like
excuse you.
I think in the last year I've already had that happen like 6 times.
Oh no. Oof, the.
International vibes.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Well, that depends. Are you home or somewhere else?
I guess it allows me to pretend like be the fool, like the tourist who just doesn't know anything anyways. Like, oh no, it's like, oh yeah, I totally don't know about that. No, please explain. Like,
Kind of fun though.
yes.
You Blackened, do you have any experiences like this?
Sometimes. Sometimes I converge to what people are saying. This is actually something I learned when I was in English class. Like, a lot of people do tend to converge or diverge away from the way someone speaks if it's, like, different from their dialect, their language, their speech patterns, whatever. Usually it's a way of, like, showing respect to that person.
Oh.
But personally, sometimes it happens. Like, I remember I came back from San Francisco. I was in the car with my brother, and he's like, "You sound so American now." I was like, "I don't
Yeah.
hear it." Nothing too crazy, but I guess it happens sometimes.
Hmm.
That's just what happens when you spend all your time in America. All those American events just kind of rub off on you.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
one thing, all of us are from different countries. So
Yeah.
I want to kind of ask, what is one thing that you have noticed with your country's bronies compared to other countries? Like, is there something that you have noticed are a little bit different? Doesn't have to be negative. Like, there's like, why do we do that and not other people? Like, I've sadly noticed that a lot of the Norwegian bronies are very picky on the merchandise they buy. I don't know if it is because everything is expensive in Norway or if we are just picky on the quality.
For the Dutchies, I'm not sure. I'm trying to come up with something.
I mean, Dutch people are pretty direct, so they'll say like, "Oh, that's way too expensive," but like
Oh,
they
yeah.
won't say it in like a, I mean,
Rude way?
insulting way, but just sort of a, statement kind of way.
Yeah.
Observing kind of way?
I remember the German ones are really welcoming. Like, every time I've been to, like, Everfree Encore, like last time I went to Everfree Encore, I went to one of the tents because I was just walking around seeing what was going on, and I walked into one of the tents, and the guys were just offering me drinks and hot dogs. It was cool.
Hey.
Oh, nice.
What
Yeah,
about the UK
the
then?
Germans, yeah.
I guess the UK ones are a bit more, like, usually a bit more shy, but also they can be a bit more extroverted, but they're not like, it's not the same way they are in Germany. Like, not nearly as unhinged as the Germans can be. Although when I say unhinged, I mean in the best way possible, because it's always fun hanging with those kinds of people.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, with the Germans, like my first German con experience was in Berlin. It's, I forgot the name, but like I do remember the Germans like getting me drunk in the bar with cider, like
I
having
got
one of those
so drunk.
massive bottles of cider, like a glass, and I don't know, it's like almost a liter bottle. And like I would just sit there, drink, like I would grab my glass, turn around, and I'd be almost finished, and I turned back, and the second bottle was already there. It's like, it's like, who bought this for me?
It's like, where did you come? Where did you
Like-
spawn from?
Yeah. So the Germans definitely very welcoming, and they're sure to they make sure that your glass is always filled.
Yeah. My very first con or first PonyCon was GalaCon, so I just, ADHD exploded over the whole thing, which is like all the dopamine just by walking around, and how like it was so like I came from my environment where I still were struggling to figure out English, who I was, and like what would I wanted to do, because that was also that was the year I also met Ellie for the first time, and how she kind of helped me giving the push to try voice acting for the first time. And it was it was so nice meeting people who, like myself, were just like, oh, people, hi, I want to talk to you. Like, nobody was judgmental or anything. Like, you could actually be weird and funky and do cartwheels, and nobody would look twice at you. It was just like, yeah, you do cartwheels, awesome, I want to do too.
Yeah, just be applauded instead of
Oh,
looked at weirdly.
Yeah, like,
yes.
sadly, most of
I love that.
yeah, sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
It's just, at least where I live, it's mostly farmers or city people, and they're like the bronies and the other geeks are kind of other places in Norway, or they're hiding. So it was very nice actually being in the environment where I felt like I could relax, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, kind of relax and maybe also just kind of learn to be and kind of work on yourself in a safe space.
Where you wouldn't be shut down by doing something.
Yeah, and yeah, like that that's exactly been my experience as well, actually. Like where like this fandom and like, just online, just it had that vibe of just being very welcoming and safe space for like people of any kind. And um, one might not say it's nowadays, but like I was like one of those persons back like 10 years ago who would hop in a call and would not be able to make any sound. Like the first sounds I made in the first hours of a call, like I had were like just giggling, just like from anxiety
Aw.
and stuff. And like the eventually the conventions as well, they just allowed me to learn like how to talk and how to work with my anxiety and like get over my anxiety and like deal like force myself to cross those barriers because it felt safe to do so. It was like even if it doesn't go well and I make mistakes, I won't get judged for it and such. And if anything, I'll be understood and maybe even helped and such. So it's these conventions especially have been a wonderful environment to just learn and grow as a person.
I think that's my favorite thing about PonyCons, about how it just feels so welcoming to everyone.
Yeah, that's what I love about them. It's just like no matter what walk of life you come from, it's just you're already welcome if you walk into the door.
Yeah. Ponies are great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's so many people to meet as well, and like, like I guess to be fair, like for me, there might be a bit of a balance of like because for me, a lot of people come to me, so like my first times at cons were as a vendor, so I was sitting behind the table, so people know where to find me, so that made it easier for me as well. Like I don't have to go to them. I was too scared to approach others, but like I couldn't escape from behind my table. I had to be there, so I had to learn.
Yay!
Like,
Expansions therapy! Woo!
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that is something I noticed in the fandom as well. Like, how therapeutic it is. Not just
Yeah.
for social stuff, but also just mental health in general. And I think I lost count of how many times I've had like talks I cannot talk about there, where people has told me like if it hadn't been for the ponies they wouldn't be around until this day. And I just wish like Lauren Forst and all the others who passionately and wholeheartedly worked on the show could hear how much their effort has made a change in the world.
For sure, yeah. Just like and how it just keeps going and like even after so many years and just the amount of years that it kept going in the first place. Like with the show was still going on, like at that time, it's like uh, it's crazy to think of just how far-reaching it is because like you at these conventions as well, like you meet people from all over the world, from every continent. Like I've friends at in every continent, I believe.
That's awesome. It's also interesting
Yeah.
to see how much the show has inspired people to make. Like, you guys here are case in point.
Oh yeah, like yeah, like I mentioned, like when like once I graduated and like had to think like, okay, now I have all this time, and like I do want to do some art. Like I did also start a game company, but ponies as well, and like ponies kind of took over. Like I'm not at a game company anymore, so that kind of shows like how big ponies became for me, and like how much it grew. And yeah, it's also just been awesome to see others grow, like these hints and plush makers and such, just like over the years, who are still around.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I wouldn't have been able to quit my day job if it weren't for pony plushies. Like the pony fandom is just so I don't know. They understand the work it takes and the that crafting hours actually need to cost money, which is awesome.
Yeah, a lot of money, but worth it. Yeah, and like just the amount of work that goes into a plushie, which like I definitely hope you'll be able to keep going with that, and I'll probably be helping with that soon enough. Anything.
Yeah, I think everybody has that on their wish list. Like I've been so crazy. Even signed off both my emails for when she opens commissions because I'm so afraid of missing it again. Because
Yes.
you just don't make like life sized and smalls and normal size. You also make the what are they called again? Like Heartswarming Eve dolls from the series.
Oh yeah, I'll if you have an idea, I'll probably be able to make it.
Yeah, and
I
like
just have a few like default sizes on my website, so you'll have an idea what the price would be. But I've if someone's like, I'll have this very specific size that matches with my other like store-bought plushies, I'll make it. Or yeah, I did the Heartwarming Eve style, or actually it was a Flufflepuff style Chrissy doll.
I thought you based it. I thought you based it on in the show because it was like
Yeah, I
a
think
spa.
the Flufflepuff creator based it on the Heartwarming Eve ones, but then just gave it their own sort of twist.
Okay.
So it's kind of both. But yeah, I love that pattern because it's so floppy.
Yee. Floop floop. And then you can.
My favorite thing about pony commissions is people, they'll have this favorite, right? That just shows up 1 second in the show and they'll commission a plush of it. And that's just the best.
Yeah.
Like.
No matter what, every character gets a spotlight in the fandom.
Yep.
Even if
Yeah,
they're not liked, they still get a spotlight, even though it's a bad spotlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, like no pony gets ignored. Like they just need to show up, and they'll have fans.
Yeah, they'll have like 1 second of screen time. Like what she called Fresh Coat, the pony that does the restaurant painting.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think she has like 2 full seconds of screen time, and I made a plush of her.
Yeah. She also got like 3 different fanfictions or something.
Oh wow.
That's amazing.
I found that really like what was the name? Like the Saddle Arabia ponies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
love
yes.
those. Yeah, Hufar and
No, actually they got legit names. Let me see if I can stop doing that. Saddle.
yeah, I wish that the guy got more love. The guy that's actually called Hufar.
Hufar. Oh yeah, you're
Yeah.
talking about the blue unicorn Saddle
Yeah, yeah.
Arabian. I was talking about the Saddle Arabian delegates from I don't remember the name of the episode, but they are actually called Hakim and Amira.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, those were the
About the heading.
first ones to show up. Yeah.
Yeah, they were so pretty. And I was just like, oh, I want to know everything.
Yeah, the designs.
Let me
Yeah, I
see.
did end up making the other one, the Hufar, making some art,
Yes.
episode art of that one. It's like, okay, yeah, I gotta make him. It's like,
You were so fast with that too. I remember that when the episode came out, you were just, oh, here's art.
thank you. Like that was always my goal. I just I don't know what it just kept me motivated to make. Like I was like I want to be the person who is stupid and crazy enough to try and make a painting in the first 24 hours. of
Yes,
this
I love
episode.
that though. I love that. But with plush as well, like people like wait until the episode come out and start plush making, go through the night, and they
Oh.
have it done the next day. Like I was never
Yeah.
able to do that because I still had a day job. But like, oh, I would see that and just be so impressed.
Yeah, same. I was always I was always trying to imagine like how they prepare for that. Would they just have a bunch of different fabric colors just ready to go and a
Just
pattern like
every
laid out?
color.
That
It's like okay, like what pony like like color like oh like I
like what's being
like
made
just with
today.
yeah. 'Cause with digital, it's easy. It's just like everything is right there. But like with physical medium, it's like with plushies especially, I'm like, there's some logistics going behind the
Yeah.
scenes there.
I
Quarter
rem-
fabric. Have to wait a week for fabric.
yeah, I remember you posting on Twitter like, "Hey, I'm gonna make the galactical Ponita, and like, am I using this color or this color?" And I was just like, "That one." It's exactly the same. I know some people see colors differently, but it's like when people can make it as on point as you do, then it's like fresh.
Thank you. Like, I just feel like I dye fabric as well. If there's like sometimes because the fabric I use comes in about like 100 different colors, so there's a lot of options. But then sometimes it's just not like it. I'll have like a yellow and an orange, and it's just kind of a yellowy orange. I'll just be like, no, I will dye like right in between that color.
Ree.
Oh, that actually reminds me of something. Because like I've always admired the plushies, and I've actually made like paintings that like to make them look like plushies, like make my paintings look like plushies.
Aw.
And I remember like I'll have
Oh
an
yeah,
example of
that
like there
one.
was the
Yeah, you did
Applejack I made.
yeah, from Naz, yeah.
Yeah, from Naz. Yeah, she's an awesome plush maker as well. Got to talk with her in person too at once. Really awesome person.
Oh, I'm jealous.
And but I remember one comment, like because you mentioned like with finding the right color. When I made that painting, there was a comment of a plush maker who said that she got so excited of like who like this color. I was looking for this color fabrics. Like where
Oh
can I get
no.
it? Then it's like then got disappointed that it was just a painting, and I felt so
Aw.
bad. I was like, no, I'm sorry to get
Yeah,
your
because
hopes up.
I was talking about dyeing the orange, right? Because this is exactly the color that just doesn't exist. Like the Applejack body color, it just doesn't
Aw.
exist as a Shanna Fabrics color. And I think all the plush makers are like, please, please just release this color, this specific
Yeah.
Applejack color.
You don't have to make anything fancy. Just a lot of it the same color, and if you need a name, just call it Applejack.
Let's call it Applejack orange.
Yeah. Just show my paintings like here, need this.
Just
Like,
color pick this.
Please, we pay money. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. I've seen people having like straps for their guitars and bass guitars, bass guitars, bass. Thank you. Bass guitars that are like ponies, and they put stickers or they make whole instruments in pony-inspired designs. Do you have any of those? Or something like that? I think you have one of the straps at least.
No, I wish I did. I do put badges and stuff on my strap, but that's really all I have. I do want a pony strap. That would be sick.
Yeah.
I just have this one with like lightning on it.
I see a market.
yes.
I'm sure someone would. There's this vendor from America called Variety who actually like makes parts guitars. He customizes them. He draws on them. He also sells guitar picks. It's really cool stuff.
I think if like
Show up.
they did they also one time make a guitar from scrap?
I don't
Or
know if they
ponies?
make the guitars from scratch,
Or-
but they do like buy parts guitars and customize them.
Oh, I think
Oh,
I've
cool.
seen this person on Twitter.
Can somebody
Yeah,
shoot
he
me the
does a
Twitter?
lot of
I do
vending
not
in
know this
America.
one.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Also, I can post it in chat so people can see if they are curious too. It's like I love hearing about this because again it speaks so much volume for how the fandom is going and what it decides to do.
Yeah, like people are so ridiculously creative with this fandom. Like every day, I just see new stuff. Even with the Generation 4 having ended like already a few years ago, there's still so many Generation 4 new things.
Popping up.
So cool to see. Yeah.
Yeah, and it also combines really nice with like because everyone is so everyone is welcome inside. So like you'll get people from every blade of life of like every type of craft that you can do, and even the non-crafts and such. Sometimes like folks will show up, like maybe some car mechanic or something. Like there's some like stickers in the cars and such. And I've seen plenty of those as well. Like it's amazing to see just it bleeding into everything. Just
Yeah.
ponies everywhere.
Yeah, like the My Little Pony car on Galacon.
Yeah, with all the stickers.
No, it's actually not
Or
stickers. It's
or the
proper.
Right?
It's proper put on there. Like sometimes they have, instead of having it spray painted on, you can buy like it's not really a sticker. It's more like
yeah, but yeah,
what's it called?
it's the final something. I believe.
It's
A
a
wrap.
yeah, it's a wrap. It's a layer
Yeah.
that they put on cars when they can't get the specific painting, but they can get it printed. So they put that on instead of having like a one color. So as far as I understood, that's what they did. So it's a proper car cover thing, but it's like only ponies.
The commitment and the money to get your car wrapped with pony.
I'm
Yeah.
just like, I want that car. I don't care. I will drive it to Norway. But then again, I don't know if that car would survive Norway because we need a bit higher car, taller cars because we have stuff in the roads.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Not just mountains, but also holes and rocks and stuff. So, you know, we need cars that can survive.
You need a proper workhorse.
Yeah. Or, you know, just get a horse.
Or horse, an actual horse.
Yeah, you know, faster and planet friendly and
Can step over holes and
Yeah.
over snow.
yeah,
No need to wrap because horse already horse.
yeah, horses all year round. That is very fun. Do you guys have anything you want to ask each other since we're sitting here?
Oh, I want to ask you about your favorite con experience, Chris.
Oh, me. I'm not used to being the one asked. Oh gosh, there's so much. Like, I can say like for Galacon, it was kind of when I got to meet Ellie, and Ellie Ray, and she kind of pushed me into like actually believing I could do something. So I went to my very first voice acting panel, and there I kind of got scooped up by people.
Oh,
So I started doing more and more. When it comes to like Holland PonyCon kind of has a special place in my heart because like I went there, had fun, and then they were kind of like, we're having another mascot. You need a voice actor. And then they were like, Chris is fun. And I was just like, what? Huh? What?
you fit Prophet so well. It's just a perfect match.
Thank you so much. I really hope because I have insanely big stage fright. So if you ask Light or Leia about this, they will probably tell you how much I've been freaking out. And
Oh wow, I had no idea.
oh yeah, no, I'm shaking. Can't eat all that stuff. But it's like when the stage the curtains go open, like for some reason I'm like it disappears, and then after we're done I'm back into being super scared and everything. It's so weird.
Would you ever consider like doing like a charity auction, like hosting the charity auction?
Ask for fortune.
Also,
Yes, Prophet. Yeah.
if they asked, I would do my very best, but I have no idea how it would go. Like I don't know if you saw last year when they asked me up on stage, and Leia, of course, started making me laugh like she did during practice for the opening ceremony, and I ended up in one of my laughing fits, which usually can last about 10 to 30 minutes.
Maybe we need a host, like an extra MC that just like continues the auction while you laugh.
Yeah, because oh no, that happened at BabsCon. Oh no. It was the closing ceremony, and me and what's his name? The guy who voices three Pone 3.
No working.
Noaking, yeah. Me and him was like laying on the floor while everybody else were standing or sitting and like thanking everybody for coming to the con. And then I don't know if it was Noaking or someone else saying like, yeah, what about you, floor buddy? And for some reason that just knacked me up. So I ended up laughing for like 10 minutes, and Cosmic Keyframe had to take over and just like, yeah, she says this has been fun, blah 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 blah. Like if you go to YouTube right now, you'll probably find it, and I'm just laying there laughing and can't breathe. Oh, it was so embarrassing.
Just stuck in it.
Yeah.
Oh, bless.
So yeah, like if people ask, I will do my very best, but it's like I really want to do good, not for my sake, but like people ask me to do stuff, then I wouldn't do it well for them because they are asking me, and then like I think most of you guys, we want to help.
Yeah.
Because all of what this fandom has given us is something we maybe never would have been given if it wasn't for the pony fandom.
Yeah. And
We want to do them proud. That makes sense.
exactly. That's something that I've held onto since the beginning as well, where like for me, like making art was kind of my way of like trying to give something back. And then the fans kept giving me stuff, so I was I'm like, no, now I have to give something back again. It's like, stop giving me stuff because I have to give back. It's like, and like here I am still doing that the same thing.
Yeah, I am really happy that you like the mead, and she I still cannot pronounce her name. I call her Nini, but I know that's not her proper name. Like she's on the keychain, and I have the little mug and the coaster, and it's just it makes me also.
Oh yeah.
Like
That mead was really good.
I'm really happy you liked
it was.
it.
Yeah, the character like Nintje, the little
Nintje.
rabbit, right?
Yeah.
Nintje, yeah.
Nintje. Yeah, the little bunny. It's kind of like a not a mascot, but like a known figure.
Yeah, like it's one of the most well-known Dutch like little cartoons.
Yeah, it's like the Winnie the Pooh of the Netherlands, basically.
Yeah.
Yes. Like
So-
it had its own dedicated store, so it's like big enough for that.
Yeah, and like as a kid, like everybody, usually people have like a plushie when they grow up. Like mine was a bunny, so I have a weakness for bunnies, so that was a very good choice. Thank you.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
Ironically, she was actually a triplet delivery that I was given on birth. So I had Nini, Nana, and Nene. But I only like Nini, so the others are completely fine, while she is like cuddled to death.
Oh,
Like I sewed her, I restuffed her so many times.
oh, nice.
Yeah, so
I love seeing that.
do you guys, all of you, do you guys have a plushie as a kid, or I don't know, maybe a blanket or something?
I also had a bunny, but I entered in like a contest and I won this like huge yellow bunny plush.
Oh wow,
And that was just my pride and joy because I won it. I was so proud of it. Just took it everywhere.
awesome. Name?
Oh, that's good.
I don't think I named it. It's just bunny. The
Ah,
Dutch
well.
word for bunny.
That works.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't know if I had a bunny plush. Maybe my sisters did, but I had. Well, one of them was a monkey.
Wow, you don't say.
And I think I had a few small ones. I never really named them, but yeah, I had a monkey. I had a goofy, goofy plush, and a capybara.
Capybara, capybara. Yeah, sorry. The meme is
I
stuck in
love
my
the
head.
capybaras.
What about you, Blacken?
I'm sure I had one like when I was really young. I just can't remember it though.
Oh.
Been quite a while ago. I've got ponies up there, up behind me.
Mm.
They're great.
Yes, they are. Well, then we can ask, take a round on, okay, what is everybody's favorite pony?
Twilight.
Certain orange farm horse. With
I wonder
hat.
which.
It's like, oh, Applejack.
Malu?
I'm gonna go with Derpy, and then followed by Rarity.
Ah.
Some good choices.
Very good choices. Like, I read
She's
this.
my favorite to plush as well. She's so nice in plush form.
That is.
Rarity?
Derpy?
Derpy.
Or Derby?
Yeah, she's like, if I have to try out a new pattern, I'll use her. She's like my muse.
Oh, that's nice. My favorite pony is actually Granny Smith.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Granny.
Yeah,
Peter New.
Yeah, she.
Oh, no, Peter New, this is the other one.
No, Peter New is Big Macintosh, but
Yeah, I
Granny
did
Smith is Tabitha.
The Rarity, obviously, yeah.
Mm.
Because I remember she did a voice. You could buy like personal voice messages, and she did one where she was to switch from Rarity to Granny Smith, which is the best. She's hilarious, Granny Smith.
Oh yeah, she is. It's just I love how the character is like she's wise and everything, but she is also super silly.
Mm.
So it's just like, yeah, that's how I want to be when I grow up. Oh
Yes.
Thank you for following.
Oh, yes, we are the best ponies, especially
Yeah.
Monkey Pony.
Hell yeah.
So, Myrtle, you mentioned you use like Derpy when you are trying things out.
Mm.
That's actually interesting because I actually do the same when I try out like a new style. I use Applejack because it's like I'm wondering if it's for similar reasons because for me it's like I don't have to think about Applejack's design. I just know what she's supposed to look like. So if I change up styles, I can just focus on the style and I don't have to worry about thinking about like, oh, what was the design again?
Yeah, I think that's similar. Just have her mane and tail pattern, can just reuse most of it, even if she's in like a different pose or something. And then I just think she looks absolutely adorable as plush always.
Yeah, and all the muffins. Oh,
Yes.
so cute.
Yes.
Yeah, I really liked it when you added like, oh, here you can buy different type of muffins or stroopwafel, stuff like that. Cough, cough, puffertjes, cough, cough. Maybe in future.
I'm actually working on something for Galacon right now.
Yeah.
A new accessory.
Ooh. Yes.
Oh yeah.
I don't even have a plush yet, but I probably need it. Yeah.
Yeah. You start a go found AssassinMonkey, get a plushie. Oh yeah. What about you, Blacken? Do you sometimes use Twilight as an inspiration while you're working on stuff?
Like I write about her sometimes. Let me see if I've got what my last song about her was. There was one called Another Magical Song, which is basically just her telling Sonny, "You done goofed."
Yeah. It's like, I think it's pretty amazing because like all the stuff that you guys make are something that again inspire other people to make either similar or other types of media.
Yeah.
And that is something I wish also people who make amazing stuff don't get enough recognition as they should. So
Oh. Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah. I think if you see someone inspired by your work, it's just the biggest compliment. As long as it's in a respectful way, obviously, not like a copy.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's always like that's also been like with part of the growth of the years. Like when I was a beginning artist, I was the one looking up to other artists, but over the years, I had to accept that others are starting to look up to me. And I'm still not used to it, but it's like, oh, guys, I do feel responsible as well of setting a good example and like helping them along. Just like I got helped along myself when I began, such in just sharing and motivating and inspiring and all of those things. So at least some of the values I try to hold on as guidance.
Yeah, that is the thing. In your guys' respected fields of creating, what is some of the tips you guys would give to people who are starting out and see you guys as inspiration?
Practice.
Yes, for everything. I think that's a common theme for all we do.
Yeah, like
If you're just starting out, just like don't go full on investing in everything. I think that counts for music as well as art as well as plush. Like see if you like it first with like cheap materials.
yeah, for sure. I think like one of my own philosophies that I have is typically like art is a universe we all collaboratively explore, and one of the things of that is that we're all doing this together, and like you can just look at others and like follow others, and it doesn't matter how big or small of a step you take, as long as you keep taking steps, and then that you're progressing in a direction. And if you kind of know where you want to go, and like you can look at others, you can follow in other people's footsteps, and just take small steps, and just keep doing that, and trust that as long as you keep doing that, you'll get somewhere.
Yeah, usually when you meet a new artist, you'll see them at like a point where they've already had tons of practice, and you know, you might think, "Oh, I'll never be that good" or whatever, and then you'll look at back at where they started and like, "Ah, okay." So we all have to
Yeah.
start somewhere.
Yes, exactly. Like, yeah, I always try to try and like and be open to sharing all my worst sketches and such. Yeah, like I even put all my sketch pages in a book and sold it,
Yeah,
and
I
it's been
remember
selling
it.
quite well. And which is just thousands of sketches, just all my worst, like everything that started is like, yeah, that's just part of the process. And even though I could be embarrassed or ashamed of some of them, I feel that for me, that's not a reason to hide them, because I want to show, I find it more important to show the entire process and show what I've done to get where I am. And yeah,
That's cool.
it's fun to show those little steps, and yeah, just to as a way also to just give evidence of like just keep small steps, just keep your mind, and even if you're not always making art, just kind of look at the world around you, and that is a small step of just trying to see what inspires you and paying attention.
I
You've
think with
seen,
all artists, oh sorry,
well, go ahead.
with all art, we have like a stage where we just hate it. I'm guessing that's with music as well. Like somewhere in like the process, there's just this phase where you're like, oh, I hate it. This is the worst thing I've ever made. And then the next day, you're like, oh no, never mind. I like it.
Yeah, like how would do you like Black? Do you have a lot of work in progress stuff that you never finished or just kind of
Oh
bounced
yeah, I've
out?
got loads of those.
Okay.
Tell us a
How
little
about
bit
Sometimes
you?
I'll
about
come
it.
back to them after.
Sorry.
Sometimes I'll come after them after like working on something else. It's like, oh, I remember this old thing that I'd never finished. Maybe I should finish that. Sometimes they turn out for the best. Other times I just leave them alone.
And then they
Yeah.
pop up later and just like, hello.
Yep.
But we have a good question in chat. Master of East? No.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Like Master of East.
Yeah. To all, what changed in your life when you got into ponies? Black, why don't you start?
Well, definitely changed the way I like the kinds of people I hang out with now. Like, because I'm now going to all these events and making new friends all the time. It's fun. Plus, like a lot of different people that you never would normally have met if it weren't for this kind of scene.
Were you doing shows before Brony cons?
No, actually, the only one that might have been anything close to that was like this one show I did when I was in school, but that was in the school, so it wasn't really like a proper concert or anything. So all this stuff I'm doing now is my gigging experience.
Oh.
I just love that about the pony fandom. We're just giving creative people a platform,
Yeah,
like the appreciation they deserve. It's awesome. Because for me, when I started sewing, like I was making plush before ponies, and I would go to like small craft fairs and would have a really hard time selling them because Dutch people
Aw.
are just kind of,
They
like,
don't
that
know
costs
the
money. I
glorious
can
that
make
is
it myself.
plushies. Sorry.
No appreciation at all.
Aw, heresy.
And it was fun. Like it was fun because I would go with like friends that would also make stuff out of fabric, so it was kind of more of a hang than like money type of situation. But
And look
and then
at you now. Sorry.
the first ponycon I did was Heartwarming Con, and I just sold all my stuff like really fast, and I was like gobsmacked really.
I guess some things never change.
Mm.
You still sell out like in the first
Oh,
hour. I feel like.
after because I have been out of doing like selling at cons for a few years because of COVID, and in the meantime I had quit my full-time job and went full-time with my plush business and raised my prices. I was just so worried that my prices would like be too high to sell at cons, and the first one I did after COVID was GalaCon, and I just sold out everything in like half an hour, and I was just kind of I don't know, like knocked out. Like what happened?
Also, I'm just saying, when you make good stuff, people will buy it.
yeah.
Oh yeah, the person the first life-size plush I made was Twilight, and I made it for the person who's in chat right now. And it
Hey.
was just
Oh.
such a cool experience because they kind of trusted me with making that first life size. I also was developing the pattern for it, and like they gave me feedback on if it looked okay for scaling up to life size and all like that. And it's just yeah, the pony community allowed me to be where I am right now, which is just amazing.
Just getting to do what you do and in an amount where you actually get the most out of it as well. Yeah. Like, because yeah, for me, like I've definitely the art part is definitely I've been able to grow with that, but I think also like what just changed in my life with ponies is just my social capability and such.
Yay.
It's like I already brought it up earlier with just at the conventions, just learning and such. And like I would have never imagined I before ponies, I would have never imagined I'd be someone who traveled the world to conventions and talked with hundreds of people and like made like 100 friends and such all over the world. Where like before that, I would usually just like in school, I would just get dragged into a friend group and just kind of hop along and go like, okay, yeah, that's happened, and which
Sure, let's
to be
go.
fair, yeah, with ponies it's kind of similar, I suppose. Which is ponies, like once I stepped a bit too close, they all just dragged me into it. But I've definitely been able to grow into just my own individual as well, and just getting out there and just like being active and like taking initiative and um, taking initiative on the art side, on the social side, and just just living,
Mm.
I guess.
Enjoying life.
Yeah.
Mm. It is very nice.
Yeah, because I've always enjoyed just seeing other people just enjoying life, like just the experience of just now with just seeing the like the Twilight collection being made and like the connection just through that just this moment in life that just people made that happen and just enjoying it and just taking it in, taking that moment.
Oh, Master has a question for you, Monkey. How
Oh,
did you meet Imalu? Malu.
Imalu or Marlu?
No, not me. I think.
Yeah, I think it's also it's Marlu's name, but it's E in front, so I don't know which
Yeah,
one.
Yeah.
there's. Yeah, I'm thinking it means the artist.
Yeah.
Like Imalu, oh gosh, I like both Emilia and I started out pretty early in ponies, like 2012. I think she started slightly before me in 2011 with art, but
Mhm.
we always had like a mutual appreciation for each other's art, even if we didn't really talk with each other that much in those years. But we always like saw each other's art, thought it was cool, and like yeah, I think eventually, I think one day, like once I started being active on Twitter, I just followed her, and like she messaged me, and like was like, "Oh, this is actually a cool person as well." And um, I think the first time I saw her in person was one of the BronyCons. Was either 2016 or 17 BronyCon, where I actually met her in person after like connecting online about just our art, just mutual appreciation, and yeah, I've been good friends ever since. So just constantly just admiring each other's progress in art because that's also like it felt like we both kind of grew alongside each other just with ponies. Like we both kept improving and like encouraging each other as well, and appreciation. So yeah,
What was the
that
first time you actually
funny
met, like in real life?
with Imanu.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was the BronyCon, and I oh gosh, I tried to remember how it went. Uh oh, actually, the first time I saw her, I was standing outside a hotel, and she walked by, but I didn't know for sure if it was her, and like she was thinking the same, like, is that Molly? And then she just kept walking, and then later on we both were like, was that you? It's like, yes. It's just like, and and it's like just and energetic. It's like, oh my gosh, like we're here, and then of course, like I always ended up meeting my European friends in America. So that just always kept happening. It's like we're like so close, like hours apart, but we have to fly across the world just to meet in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like standing in line for our badge and just talking, just like uh, hanging out, and we got to do that at the other cons as well. A great time.
Master has another question for all of us. Just wondering, who of the VAs of My Little Pony would you like to meet in real life? He doesn't specify if it is G4 or G5, but I guess we can take both. I am.
Yeah, for me, Tabitha.
Yeah, she is a
Yeah, but
sweetheart.
it's amazing.
Oh, you know what you should do? If you already met me, make sure to save a Norwegian chocolate because she actually has been learning Norwegian and really fond of Norway. So if you give her Norwegian chocolate, I think she will be very happy.
She will explode.
Yeah, like I was actually allowed to actually hug her when I gave her brown cheese. So I was like, wow. As far as I know, this is rare. So yeah.
Yeah, Tabitha is amazing. I've
Mm.
actually had the pleasure of like having Tabitha and like stop by my table a few
Oh,
times as
wow.
well. Like when I was at cons and she'd be there, she eventually tried to stop by when she could and such. And
That's awesome.
uh,
Emma! Hello!
and also like yeah, I like one of my friends, White Diamonds, was actually also friends with Tabitha, and like through that was also just kind of going, oh, okay, like getting getting to meet some of the VAs. Like I've met quite a few
Mm.
VAs, but yeah, the ones I've never properly met. Oh, I don't know.
I think for me it would be Sakura's voice actor because I never met her.
Ooh.
Oh, she's cool. Yeah, I got to briefly meet her when I also had a Sakura painting up for auction, and
Oh yeah, that one.
she loved that one. She got to sign it as well,
Oh,
and
that's so
such.
cool.
And
I need to yoink me one of those.
What about you, Black?
I would love to meet Kelly Sheridan.
Is that Starlight?
Yes,
Yeah.
oh yes,
Yeah, she was a Gala
she's
Con a
coming
few
to
years
UK
ago, right?
ConyCon, so I have a chance.
Ah, you
oh
going?
cool.
Yeah,
I'd
she
also like
is.
to meet Tabitha. I'm sure she's great.
Yeah. She's awesome. But again, nobody can hold a bucket next to Ellie. She's just.
In terms of energy,
Ellie, no matter what, always seems to light up the room she's in.
She does. She does.
I like how passionate she is about us as well. Like you can
Yeah.
see,
yeah.
like she sees bronies and she just charges up.
I've met her twice, and she's always fun.
Yeah, but like she is that outside the cons as well. She just keeps on going. Like she was coming for a Norwegian con that was more like anything type of con, more like a cosplay type of con. And I was like her what's it called, personal assistant.
Yeah.
So since well, it's a farm, and so she was staying in one of the houses. I just picked her up from the airport, and she was jet lagged, tired, poor thing. And I was just like, yeah, you're gonna get straight to the house. You can relax. You can do whatever you want, and I will let you know when dinner is ready and stuff like that. And then my father, who's like, oh, you had a friend? That's nice. Can you help us pick the plums? And I was just like, no, Dad, she just came from Canada. She can't do that right now. And Ellie is already halfway out the car. She's like walking there, like super tired and jet lagged. No, I'm gonna pick plums. This lady is amazing. I'm not kidding. She is Pinkie Pie and Rarity in real life. And
Oh.
she is just cotton candy with sparkles. So yeah, I can sincerely vouch she is one of the human beings that make the world a better place.
Yeah, I love it when people who worked on the show get like so energetic about the fandom as well. Like whether it's the writers or the VAs and such. Just it's so cool to see that interaction.
That's what I
Like-
love about charity auctions as well. Like especially if people haven't been there before, the guests they'll just be so overwhelmed by what's happening.
yeah,
Yeah.
I love seeing it.
must be yeah. From their perspective, it's just as crazy an experience, if not more crazy, than for us to meet them.
It's just
Like-
like,
Emma had breakfast with Daniel Ingram. That's so cool.
oh,
Oh
yeah.
wow, that is awesome.
Yeah,
I'm-
Daniel
I'm
Linger, that was Galacon last year, right? Yeah, last Galacon. Emma said that. My bad. Sorry.
I've only met Daniel Ingram once, but the one time I met him, I was in a dirndl dress.
What? I feel like I missed some context here. What?
It was well, actually, it was at Ponyville Cider Fest, I think 2018, I believe.
Okay, I
So
was
like
about to.
Cider Fest is like the Oktoberfest team. One of the mascots has like the dirndl dress, like the German beer dress and such.
So
So
you're
I
cosplaying her.
I had the brilliant idea to surprise one of my friends, the conchair, like who I'm friends with, because I was community guest as well. So I had the brilliant idea to secretly get one of those dress with shoes and like with a cheap blonde wig as well, with the two ponytails or like the two braids and such. And um, I was just wearing that all day and such. I even went on main stage with that
Hey.
in that dress. It was, uh, yeah, because I had it on. That's why I met Daniel Ingram in a dress. I got to tell him that I enjoy his like enjoy the music. I don't know what that must have been from his perspective. Just at night, just having this bearded dude in a dress with a blonde wig, just with a drink in his hands, just approach.
Awesome. I also
Just
see
a
we have
normal
hit.
day at PonyCon.
Yeah. Sadly, I see we have hit our 2-hour mark.
Oh yes.
So this.
Oh, 2 hours away.
Yeah. Like. Normally, I would offer that we could go on for longer, but I sadly have stuff to do. So, but again, we can always reschedule another chill and chat if you guys feel like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we know
Yeah.
how to do it now, so.
Yee. And of course, it
That's
doesn't
fun.
have to be the morning. It can be in the middle of the day, or it can be in the evening. You know, so people
Yeah,
don't
we'll
have
figure
to be.
something out.
Yeah, just so I remember to do all the stuff and we don't go 14 minutes without sound.
Okay, next time we'll get it right.
Yeah, I hope so. Or don't jinx me.
Next time we'll have to do it for old time's sake. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be fun to do again. Yeah, I'd be up for that.
Yeah, and like you guys are free to ping me in the server, like, hey, I would like to do a chill and chat with this or this person, or my two other friends that maybe have done it before or maybe not have done it before. Like, I'm up to listen to suggestion. That's always fun.
Ah, cool. I'll think about it.
So yeah, you guys can say your outros, and I will see if there is somebody we can raid. If not, then you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna shamelessly plug myself. I'll like put my website in the chat and find me on all the social media at MePlushYou.
Anyway, come to Galacon.
Yee. And Holland PonyCon.
I'll be about and I'll.
Oh yeah, you have to send the link to me. I sadly have the safety on for different reasons. So
Yes,
Just-
I'll have a link tree of
Yeah.
AssassinMonkey. Just be sure to kill the last S. It's not 4 S's, it's 3 S's in my assassin. So that's that's where you can
Does
find
my
me.
link work? Because you said you had locked it.
No, it didn't work. You have to send it in Discord, and then
Ah, okay.
I will send it. Sadly, I've had some people doing evil shenanigans, so I had to put safety on.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Copy link. I try to make sure my dyslexia doesn't kick in.
Thank you.
E.
But yeah, well, we all be at Galacon and PonyCon Holland.
Oh yeah, that's true. The gasp.
Yeah.
You can come and see us in person. No.
So I will be vending at Galacon together with Noxie at my table, who also does plushies, and I will be doing a workshop at PonyCon Holland.
Oh, yes.
Oh yes.
I will be at Galacon. I will maybe have panels. I don't know yet. They haven't not informed me, so I do not know yet.
Ooh, you submitted for a voice acting one?
Voice acting one. The cons across Euro Asia. I did the Viking panel, And I submitted one I haven't done before, which I just called Feelings Forum, kind of inspired by the one episode. So we will see
Interesting.
how those goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Galacon is my first next one, and I'll probably be. I should be on a panel as well with someone. Yeah. So yeah. But I'm not fending at Galacon. I am fending at the at Brony Holland.
So if you want stuffies,
So you need to come to both. You want to see
Yeah.
us in our full glory, then come to both.
yeah, if you want to
Yes, exactly.
if you want to see Puffertje shenanigans, then come to Holland Ponycon. What about you, Blackened?
Hopefully, I'll be at Galacon this year. And PonyCon Holland.
That would be nice.
Yeah. Always a fun time.
Probably performing, I'm guessing.
That would be nice.
We'll see. We'll see, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah.
And I'm a sticker addict, so I'm gonna be like, stickers?
Stickers are fun.
Oh, I saw. I can take that afterwards. But yeah, I'm gonna stop before shenanigans go far too long. So you guys can say your goodbyes, and I can say mine afterwards.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
See you next stream.
It's been fun. Bye.
Yeah, thanks so much to all of you for talking to us.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And Chris for being the best host.
Oh,
Yes, thank you for having us.
no. Getting shy over here. Yeah. So I'm gonna say thank you for coming by. Thank you for being here. And thank you for all the wonderful guests I have here. You guys are amazing. Please go and check them out. You see the links in the Stuffy Wuffy. So stay kind, stay brony, and stay safe. Bye!
Yeah.
Yeah.